Oh my gosh. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, I am live. Okay. Like, am I live? I guess I am. All right. Okay. I'm going to make this video really quick, short, and to the point. Oh, shoot. That was still on? Really? Crap. Okay. All right. So, today, I found it quite difficult to to be out and about. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the energy of California, how I feel it, is really heavy. It's really heavy. And I'm going to tell you why. It's just we're dealing with the fires, we're dealing with the COVID, we're dealing with how California has been run, how it is not taking care of the people. I put it that way. It's not taking care of the people. Everywhere I go, I feel the energy of others' distress. I don't care if I'm driving in my car. I don't care if I'm going to, a restaurant or something to pick up something to eat. I feel that energy. It's kind of like the elephant in the room type of thing. So I wanted to come on and talk about, I asked Spirit, what can I be of service of? What can I, what's the message of the day? What do you want me to talk about? And so there were several, I can't say couple, there was several things that came up today. So one, if you have been feeling heavy emotional energy and you're feeling hopeless, lost, it hurts to exist, I want you to start reaching out to friends, family, medical providers if you need assistance with dealing with heavy emotional things. Something I noticed that is hidden that's coming forward. And I found this to be very interesting. I saw it twice. And it was, are you distressed? There was a sign in the window. And then I went down a couple blocks somewhere else in a different place. And then there was another sign talking about distress. We are all under a certain level of distress. We have all been under a certain level of distress since March this year. Okay? When it really started hitting home. And it just seems like we have, especially here in California, we have just been in this, oh, we're going to go forward. Oh, no, we're not going to go forward. Oh, we're going to go forward. And oh, we're not going to. It's this constant go forward, go back, go forward, go back, go forward, go back. And people are tired. People are done. People have reached their limits. And people are at a place in their life where they need to feel safe. They need to feel loved. They need to feel compassion. They need to feel connected. Because everything that's happening is to disconnect us. Why do you think that's happening? Come on now. This is Spirit 101. Why do you think that's happening? Why do you think there's all of this disconnecting us? What do you think? What do you think is the achievement in that energy? Think about it. So, I want to first talk about water. And you're like, oh, Flea, you always talk about water. No. You need to know that if you're 75% made up of water and your blood is 85% of that, and your brain itself, all of that, 90% water, and lungs, 80, 95% water. How important do you think water is to your system? And especially with us going through a crystalline system right now. Water is very important. If you have been ill, have had any surgeries, recovering from some kind of physical body recovery, you need water. Period. You need the water because the water has to help replenish the body and to charge your vitality. It keeps that spinal fluid moving up and down to take care of the body. You need the water. You don't get the water, you become dehydrated. And then cells start to die. Let me say that again. If you do not have the water in your body and you don't have a way to keep the cells floating in your plasma and in your blood vessels and in your heart and in your breathing, especially right now here in California, since we got smoke everywhere, you need that water to help charge your body, to help flush out kidneys, to help flush out liver, to help flush out your stomach content for elimination process. You need that water. You need that water. You need that water. I don't care if you have to take your water and do over your water or put mint in it, or if you need to throw crystals in it, or if you need to put it in colored glass and make you go, woo. I don't care what you have to do to drink good water for your body. Especially anyone who just went through major surgery, you need it the most because you have to flush out all of the meds that were used, medications. If you were put under a general, you have to flush that out. It takes time to get that out of the muscle tissue, the fat cells, and spine. A lot of you do not know that when you take certain kind of medications, a lot of the chemicals settles in your spine. And the way I really found this out is doing clay treatments down the spine, how that really causes the extraction and kind of wakes up those particles. So you really want to drink your water. You need the water so that you can have clearer thought, so that you can think. Water is life. Water is vitality. Am I right or wrong? There's so many people that are dehydrated As soon as you go to a hospital and they give you normal saline, you feel like $1,000,000 because your body is getting, your cells are getting water. If you don't have water, your cells start to die. Period. Which means you are dying. We're all dying little by little, but if you keep the water of life and vitality going, then you're not rushing through that and that energy. You're prolonging it. So you need to drink the water. So those were the things I noticed today. And I'm just utterly astounded at the level of what energy it is taking literally to function here in California. Literally to function. My heart walks with the fire department. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for all of your stamina, endurance. They have to drink water because if they don't drink water, they are at danger of collapsing on the job. Because imagine fighting fires and you got that heat that's sucking out your lung, everything. That's why they have masks and everything on, because that heat is going to be extracting water from them. Hence the reason why I'm saying you need to be drinking water. If you're, especially here in California, no doubts about it. So let's talk about the color ultraviolet and silver. Now, ultraviolet, if you just sit and visualize ultraviolet lights, kind of like this, or kind of like off of that sanitizing wand. Let me get that. Okay. I take it everywhere with me. So this ultraviolet light, you see that light? I want you to visualize that light right there, that color right there, that you are taking that color in to your body and you're utilizing it all around you. Okay? You're utilizing it all around you. I love this thing. I'm going to be dangerous with it wherever I travel. Can you imagine me telling someone to leave me alone? I said, leave me alone. I'll zap your butt. Yeah, they wouldn't really know it's ultraviolet light. Okay. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, take that color of the ultraviolet light. And I want you to just see yourself with it hovering right above your head. And then pulling it, spiraling it all around you, all the way down to the tip of your toes, underneath your feet. And then bringing it all the way back up. And then down again. And then all the way back up. And then down again. And just allow that to go through and start cleansing. Cleansing your soul star, your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, going down to the knees, down to the sole of your feet, and then right underneath your feet, your earth star. Okay, cleansing. And just kind of see how it spirals around you. Just visualize this spiral of this beautiful light going all around you. And then cutting hooks and cords of anybody that's been in your space that doesn't need to be in your space. The work I do, I cut hooks and cords a lot, but last night I had to really do some serious cutting hooks and cords, because I have to get back into me, back into my space, and resting and drinking water and cutting hooks and cords, and then going in and cleansing my body and breath and moving that really makes a difference on cleansing. Sometimes when we are seers, light workers, empath, sensitives, in general, period, gifted, we pick up stuff. You can pick up energy from other people. You can pick up, that's why when I travel, I have my selenite and my light, and I do my spiral light in my room. I set my room up to be cleansed. As soon as I find where my room is, I started already. Activate pyramid, activate the light, clear my room, clear everything from floor to roof, bathrooms, everything. Neutralize it. Neutralize it. We have to get in the habit of clearing our space, because if you don't, you become energetically contaminated with emotional debris. Thank you, Spirit. That is flying about out here, that is smacking you around, and then you start to feel heavy, and you start to feel depleted, and you start to feel like, oh my gosh, what is this? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel oppressed? Why do I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm losing myself? Okay, so I want you to think about this. So we got 5G going. We got 4G, 5G. 3G is out the door, pretty much. So, and I just heard that they're rolling out 6G already. Okay, I want you to think about that. You got 4, then you got 5, so that's 9. Now you're going to have 6. 9 and 6 is what? 15. You're going to have 15G of wave of energy that you now have to be calibrated above, so it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect thyroid, doesn't affect your cellular being. Hence the word. This is why I'm telling you, you need to drink more water. That's why I'm telling you about the chlorophyll, that green plant plasma, getting that into your body helps to strengthen it. Vitamin C helps to strengthen your body. Because as we go up in these frequencies, and especially here in California, you're dealing with all of this stuff that's happening. You're being inundated emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually with this energy. And those of you that are healing in your bodies and have been through a lot emotionally, you have to really guard up and shield. Ultraviolet light is a good way to cleanse your body just by visualizing it. You have access to frequencies, you have access to these lights, but you have to put yourself in alignment so that you can be a part of that. It becomes a part of you. Remember this rule. The universe is you, and you are the universe. There is nothing off the table for you. Take that in, absorb that. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing off the table for you. You have to know that you're connected to all of it. And right now, you have access to all of that. You've always had access to it. It just depends on your level of consciousness and your awareness of where you want to be in order to be a part of that, in order to utilize a part of that. I cannot even comprehend my life. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to share this with you. One time, and this is back in my younger days, maybe I think probably when I was in my 30s. One time I've had it. I was going through something, and I said, I'm done. I don't want to do any more work. I don't want to be bothered anymore. I took my altar and I just packed it all up. I said, I want to be an ordinary person. I want to be ordinary. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear. I just want to be an ordinary person. That's what I was saying. And I remember it only lasted for a few hours to try to be ordinary. And I didn't even know what that was. To be an ordinary person. I didn't know what that felt like. Some of us have gifts for a reason. Some of you are fighting your gifts. You're fighting your creativity. You're fighting your sight. You're fighting who you are. You're fighting your medicine. Some of you are fighting yourself. Period. You're fighting yourself. You're beating yourself up. Now I'm going to tell you something. Here's the deal. Why are you doing that? Why? You are a goddess self. Why do you think God sits up and beats himself up or herself up? You think Mother Goddess says, oh, I created the world and woe is me. Do you think she's sitting up there going like that? No, she's not doing that. Do you think God is saying, I have created the world and I feel like I didn't do a good enough job? Come on now. Therefore, you should not be saying that to yourself. You should not be beating yourself up. You should not be looking at yourself like that. Like I said, you are the universe is you. You are God force is you. You come from that energy. When are you going to get that part? Is it going to make sense? You are God, you are God, you are God, you are God. Come on. Am I making sense? Are you getting this? Are you starting to feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Are you feeling it? Please say yes. Yes, please. Okay. The reason why I'm saying this is because everything is going to start feeling super connected into you. Even that sense of disconnection, yet you're connected and you're feeling a lot of things. Hence the word cleansing is of the essence more than ever. Smudging, every time you think rose water spray, got it. I'm in it to win it. You got to take care of yourself. Now, the silver light is a light that's healing and sealing and protective. When you use silver light to seal up any leaks in your aura, to make it stronger, to kind of be that shininess, like a drop of water, how it has that glisten on a drop of water, and it has that glisten around the water drop. That's that silver light. That's that healing down the spine. That is that recharge. That is that luminescence of your light. To be illuminated. Okay? So, when you start to feel things becoming heavy on you, take a breath, exhale out. Remember who you are. If you need to take a nice walk, take a walk, get out in the nature. If you need to soak in bath water, get a nice sea salt bath going. If you need to hold some selenite, hold some selenite. Take this time to recalibrate yourself. And water, food, rest, nourishment are those things that are needed for healing, to do what you have to do, to create what you have to create, to move forward in what you have to move forward in. Does that make sense? So I went out after because everything's in storage. I'm about ready to just say, I have it's kind of interesting. I sit back and I asked a question this morning, and I said, okay, I know where I should be moving. I know where I'm supposed to be. And then there's this other part of me where there's people who don't want me to move. They want me to be here. They want me to stay with them, California, because they miss me. I was gone for that amount of time. And boy, people were like, God, I really missed you. I missed you. I missed you. And I was like, oh, thank you. I missed you too. I was just really focused and busy on what I was doing. So now I'm looking at when I make this next journey, I'm hoping I find my ticket so I can just take off on Tuesday and be gone or what have you. Get on a train. Get on the train, and take a look at some places of what I want to do. But I got to get a couple things lined up first before I do it, so I can go boom, 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 hit certain states, and then I come back and I'm done for the remaining of the time, and then I can get moved. But here's the thing. Sometimes I like to be able to put my heart at rest and say, okay, I'm going to go live here. I don't want to have to be in a situation where I go live somewhere and next thing you know, I got to move again. Or I was told something and then it didn't go the way the plan was or how it should have went, and now it's undone. I'm not allowing myself to get hung up with any more people that do that to me anymore, because it makes me feel like, oh, I'm safe. I can go do this, and then I get into what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden it gets dissolved for one reason or another. I'm not doing that anymore. Wherever I'm going to land, wherever I'm going to be, I want to be there. I don't want to have to uproot myself, especially, physically uprooting myself because I was told one thing and then it turned out to be something else. I am very, very into when you say something to me and you don't keep your word, I don't trust you. That's all there is to it. So when that goes for anybody that comes into my space, I just don't do it because I've had enough disappointments. I have, just like anybody else, but it's a little different when you're doing your work and stuff. Well, no, let me take it back. Let me reword that. I'm just like anybody else that anybody else has been told something and somebody took a different route. Didn't do it. They buttered up the bread, gave it, and then they took it back and went and threw it in the microwave and screwed it all up. So I just don't trust. That's just how I feel. Unless it is, I know for a fact, this is where I can be and trust it. And there's no There's no craziness with it. I think that's a very not nice thing to do to someone because they they want to settle in, they want to be able to trust where they are, and they can't trust it because they're waiting for the shoe to drop. They're waiting. They're waiting to see how true this is going to be. So I am creating my sacred space for where I want to be. And I want to create it in my own space where I don't have to worry because I need people to come and see me. It's just easier. I have everything I need to provide for my client. And that's something I want you to think about when you are setting up yourself in your new life and your new endeavors and creating that new flow and healing. What does it look like? How do you want it to feel? Are you relaxed? Are you flowing? Are you, you constantly have to be on your guard or everything's put in storage and you're only working with half of your stuff and you want to have your full kit and caboodle of everything to offer? What is your life path of who you are looks like? And sometimes we get so into our heads, we start really thinking too much and think too much into everything. I kind of freaked out my spirit daughter today. We're sitting and we're eating, and I forgot I'm on that higher frequency. Poor thing. I wasn't thinking. I'm just thinking, oh, I'm so glad to see you. And then the energy of whatever, she's in it, and she's like, she starts to feel over energized. She starts to feel like her heart's beating fast. And I'm like, oh shit. Let me lower that. So I start thinking rose quartz. I start thinking um, beautiful blue colors to kind of settle that down, lower the frequency, so she can hang out with me. And then it was fine. She was fine. She was able to do it. And I totally forgot. I wasn't thinking. When being a sun dancer, our frequency goes sky high when we're doing medicine for like 4 or 5 days straight. We have that medicine we're going to be in when we do that for 3 to 4 weeks. It stays with us. I totally forgot about it. I wasn't thinking. Freaking magnet. So, and it's kind of funny because when you're in that frequency, you're in that medicine and you're inundated with it. You come out of it and you're done. You're this magnet now, and you can go somewhere. It'll be freaking empty in there. And I'm like, okay, I gotta hurry up. Can I get this? And I'm looking around, and then all of a sudden it's like all these people start showing up. And it's like you're a magnet. And if it's 2 sun dancing people in a building, forget it. That place is just gonna be off the hook crazy. It's serious. We've watched it. I've done it too many times with Sundance friends of mine and sister and brothers, and kind of sit there and play that game. Sit in a restaurant. Wow, it's kind of dead in here. Oh, 2 of us are in here. Let's see how fast we can get this place jumping. 5-10 minutes tops. Place will start busting at the seams, and they'll be like, wow, it was quiet in here. All of a sudden it's like busy. Gas station, same way. Your frequency. So the reason why I share these things with you today is because I was seeing things, and I was hearing spirits saying, talk to the people about the energy and about the ultraviolet color and about silver and about water. You don't drink that water, your cells are dying. You are dying. Remember that. You're not nourishing that body, you're slowly dying. Drink that water. Bless that water up. Bless it up. I like to have mine in the vase glass. Got a piece of shungite in here. Keeps my water filter. I drink my spring water and I have it on a charger, which is a rose quartz and a Metatron cube. And I set it on top of my charger. Keep my water charged up. So when I drink it, it's a nice smooth taste to it. And it's charging. It's going. It helps my body. So I just refilled this. So I'll be drinking that. So I want to make sure everybody understands that. Is there any questions? Tomorrow I will be doing the read on Instagram and then popping over here to do a blind spot reading. If you want a blind spot reading, you might want to think about that. But is there any questions before I pop off? Anybody have any questions or anything? Any questions? Just waiting. Type it in now. Type forever hold your peace. Is everybody doing good? Is everybody okay? Okay, I'm not seeing anything popping up. So, with that being said, please, please, please make sure you drink your water. Make sure you nourish yourself. I know I keep saying this, but I have to, because sometimes we get caught up in the energy and we forget to check our I's and our T's. Forget to check everything. So let me take a look at something before I click out. I saw a wave on here because we're in this beautiful picture right now. The divine feminine. Love it, because that's what the medicine was like for the healing. And today, because we're sitting on the 12th, we got wave energy tomorrow, and it's going to be directed towards the crown chakra, and that's the yellow crystal star. But today we're sitting in the blue spectrum hand, and it's guided by accomplishments. And then there is the world rainbow, the light that swirls around that. Galactic knowledge is pretty. I like working with it because it just helps you to know what tone. So we're moving in a rhythmic and is organized in balance and equality. That's the tone of what we're moving into. And it's also, the time cell is to store, the action is to know, the essence is healing, and the power is accomplishments. So that's the energy we're moving with today. So tomorrow when I do my reading on Instagram and then move it, this is so pretty. Look at this. Look at that. That's pretty. I love, love, love. The book for the galactic thing is good, but I love the calendars because you get the frequency of all the artwork. So I love that. Start surrounding yourself with loving things. I'm going to close out with this. I want you to love yourself so much to that you feel the love vibration coming through you. I don't know if you've ever just sat and you just call in the divine, benevolent light of love into you and just feel that swirling into you. and just taking in every part of your soul and every part of your being, and how it's so lifting and so healing and it's so vibrant to your being. Take that in. You are sacred. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are loved. You are divine. And there was no errors made when you were designed. You don't need anyone's approval to be who you are. You don't need anyone's, not so much, you don't need anyone to approve of you to be you. You are you. Period. Like I said, some of you are pulling a Rocky with yourself. You're not even fighting Mr. T. You're not fighting the Russian guy. You're fighting yourself. You're fighting yourself. And you have to stop fighting yourself and start loving yourself. That's all there is to it. Love always wins. It really truthfully does. It always wins. Love always wins. It just does. All right. Be good to yourselves. Love yourselves. Have a cookie. Key lime pie. Chocolate cake. God, those were the good old days. That was just last week, for God's sakes. I gotta go back. Key lime pie. Chocolate cake. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. All right. All right. I'm going to go take a hot bath. Yes, I need to do that. I did too much yoga. Yeah. All right. I love you. Kisses, kisses. Thank you for being a part of Be So Light. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for buying my books. Thank you for allowing me to work with you. If you've worked with me, have readings for me, aspire life for me. If you're looking for that, please, please, please email me at 777amdlovespirit3@gmail.com. I'll see you tomorrow on Instagram. Bye. Much love. Sleep well tonight. Drink that water. Drink it. Drink it.